Today at the front door we got two eBay radios. We got a Cobra 138 XLR and we got a realistic TRC 465. So we're going to be getting these out and doing a video on each one. So I'm not sure which video this or which radio this portion of the video is going to be attached to, but we'll get them out and we'll check them out. All right, we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, so here we are today with a Cobra 138 XLR, and I'm not going to bore you with the walkthrough on this, but I've already evaluated this radio and it's really in great shape. I mean, it looks fantastic inside and outside, and I'll include a second portion of this video where I explain the clarifier. I already put this back together, but I just wanted to show. This is my very first Cobra 138 XLR. I bid on this on eBay and I got it at a good price, and everything's functional on it. The only thing that needs to be addressed is all the pots need to be cleaned, and it's got an open clarifier, which I'm going to put back to stock, and in the second portion of this video I'll show you looks like how they did it. And I've got the Sam's manual, so I was able to compare that to the way this was modded and see you know, what they changed. So I'm going to go ahead and make that stock again. I really don't see the point of having an unlock clarifier on a CB as long as it's aligned decently. I mean, I just don't see the point in having it. Plus, they're, in my opinion, easier to align when they're stock. You know, easier to align the radio, the PLL circuit. So I'm going to go ahead and put that back to stock, and the radio is going to get recapped for sure. But other than that, I mean, output power is decent. Looks like most of the service bulletins on this radio have been done already, probably early on, and it's clean. Sideband linearity probably needs a little help. So what I'll do is I'll probably make a second video when I get around to recapping it, and then we'll walk through its performance after the fact, after the recap's done. But right now it performs great. It's got great ears on receive. It's doing like 20 dB on lower sideband at 1 microvolt. It's doing about 15 dB on, you know what? Let me just show you. How about that? Let's just do that. Let's put it into here real quick, and let's get this hooked up over here. Give me a second. I'm gonna hook it up to the sine adder here. There. All right, she's hooked up to the sine adder, and let's go to receive here, and we'll just do a quick walkthrough on it. I wasn't really planning on it, but we'll go ahead and do it. I'll just set this up. All right, that should be good enough. Okay, so let's go to put her back in AM here and go back to channel 19. And you see right off the bat, she's doing an S9, almost right on the nose. And let's see. Obviously the sine adder is showing you like maxed out dB of synad there. Let's drop it down to 1 microvolt. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, there, 30%. Changed that by accident. All right, so there's 1 microvolt, and there she is on AM. Look at that. What is it, 18 dB of synad at 1 microvolt? That's pretty darn good for an AM radio. I mean, that's really impressive for an AM radio, or AM mode. And let's go to we'll go to lower sideband, and we'll look at her there. Okay, so now she's dropped off, but the clarifier's, you know, not set or not on frequency. Okay, look at that. Wow. again, 20 dB at 1 microvolt. We can push her down. Let's see. I think she was doing like something, maybe minus 120 dB. There's minus 120 dB, and she's still at, what, 16, 17 dB a synad. How about minus 125? Look at that, right there. Minus 125 dB, and she's at 12 dB a synad on sideband. I mean, this thing has got some freaking ears. This is my very first Cobra 138 XLR, and I can't say that I'm not impressed at it. I mean, it really is, so far, been a fantastic radio, performance-wise, and super clean on the inside, which you'll see in the second video. We'll just do a quick couple transmit checks. I'll show you that real fast, and then that'll be it. But I'm super happy. I mean, and this thing's like a tank. I mean, holy cow, it's heavy. It really is. Okay, so let's set this up for just a 1 kilohertz tone. And let's stick a mic into her here. We'll put her on AM, and we'll stick her into our RF sampler, and we're gonna look at how about just her waveform module. Well, yeah, we'll look at her. Let's look at her power too. We'll put that over to 5-watt scale. Okay, so let's dead key. We'll see what she's doing power wise. Oh, I forgot to set up my I was limiting the current on the power supply. All right, now she's at 5 amps. All right, so there's our output power, 3.5 watts, not bad. There's our dead key. Let's add some modulation, or a tone. And yeah, she looks clean. I mean, she's not clipped. The modulation circuit is not clipped. Other than the clarifier that's been modded, I believe it is all stock. So yeah, and I'm not going to bother showing you sideband right now. It's not bad. It's not great as far as linearity, but it's not bad. It's for sure not bad. How about, real quick, we'll just look at her modulating on a spectrum analyzer here. All right, so there's our signal. Let's let the Rigel find it real quick. All right, she's found it, and we'll go, let's go 27.1850 megahertz, and then we'll set our span to 30 kilohertz, 3 channels wide. Yeah, super clean. That's 3 channels right there, and she is not splattered at all. I don't know what the harmonics look like. I haven't looked at that, but I suspect they'll probably be fine. This thing's not putting out a ton of power. It's not jacked up. It's been well taken care of, that's for sure. When the seller described it, they just said that the person that they got it from said it worked. So it was kind of a crapshoot, being my first 138. I didn't know, what I was going to get, but overall, other than the modded clarifier, it's super solid. Doing really well. So yeah, video number 2 will be a recap of it, and then a realignment. But man, she's looking good so far. So stay tuned for part 2. You'll see the inside of the unit and see how clean it is, and see the what they did to the clarifier circuit, and that'll be it. So stay tuned. All right, I couldn't help myself. I had to look into this clarifier. So I see what they've done in here. Let's see if I can get a flashlight and show you. So basically, just lay the flashlight here. So here is our clarifier pot right here, and this brown wire here should be supplying 5.9 volts to the potentiometer, and they have relocated that wire and are now supplying about 7.2 volts to the clarifier potentiometer. And this is in a different location now on the board, with running through a dropping resistor. And then this pink wire here should come down to, well, it comes down to the right place. Let's see, there, that actually works. So it does come down to the right place here on the PCB, which is right here. But it's supposed to be at a the junction of the anode of I think it's D29, which is right down here, and this resistor R117, but they've lifted R117 here and actually put a little piece of heat shrink over it, so it's pretty neat that they did that. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just make this clarifier stock. I don't see the need of having an open clarifier on one of these CBs as long as they're aligned properly. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just take that out of there. But anyway, I just thought I'd show that. But overall, I mean, inside this thing, it looks really great. I've also been looking at the 138 service bulletins. I put this back on already. Looking at the 138 XLR service bulletins, and it looks like there's about 6 or 8 of them. And so far, from what I've seen, every one has been done on this, including, looks like, the relocation of, I think it's TR36 down here to the back. That's been done. Some resistors down here that were supposed to be changed out in value that have been done. Everything I've looked at so far, as far as the service bulletins, looks like it's been done. So this thing really is in just amazing shape, and there is absolutely no glue in this radio at all, which is surprising. I haven't found any yet. So that's pretty neat too. So anyway, the 138 XLR saga will continue. I know we're definitely going to recap it. These are the original caps. Make that clarifier original, most likely, and then see how it goes. All right, 73s, everybody.